Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to a new episode of the Chat from the Back podcast in video and podcast form again this week. As you can see from our shirts, A-League Grand Final Day.
Oh yeah.
Well, when this comes out, it's Grand Final Day. It's Sydney are there again.
3 years in a row.
It's
No surprise.
almost normal for us, isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't feel any different.
Seriously, being a Sydney fan at the moment, there's 4 things that get guaranteed: life, death, taxes, being in a grand final.
Yeah, we just 3 years in a row. It doesn't feel different. Like
it feels normal.
yeah, game day tomorrow. It's just another game. Like imagine if you're a City fan, you're buzzing off your chops because you're in a grand final. But hey, we've been there before.
What do you mean?
Before City?
If you are a City fan, don't you mean the City fan?
Yeah, the City fan. Yeah.
Like,
Although MCFC Sydney has a lot of City fans through that, so they had a decent amount of fans at that game last week, which I thought MacArthur would win, to be honest. But yeah, I mean they're buzzing. Like this must be a huge thing for them. But act like you've been there before, because we have.
Yeah,
many times.
Yeah, it's really good to see Melbourne Heart. Sorry, slip of the tongue. Melbourne City make the grand final.
Are they going to wear the red and white jerseys even though they're at home?
I don't know.
Because they were at home last year, right?
No, that was an away game. Because we qualified as Premier's Plate winners, whereas they were Premier's Plate winners, which is why it's in Melbourne.
They'll be in the sky blue.
Yeah, well, we've already done the leak on Twitter and everything. We're wearing the charcoal grey third kit.
Nice. Good.
Which is, I think, I'd rather that than the white away jersey, to be honest.
I like the white. I don't mind. I mean, nothing beats sky blue, but I don't mind the white. I think that'll be the next one I get when we become champions again.
Yeah.
That's when we become champions again.
In a matter of hours' time when we win the toilet seat again.
Yep. I'll be heading to work because they're lifting the trophy, so it'll be a happy shift tomorrow.
Yeah. That's it. It'll be because we've already got the 5, so now we're getting another ring for the next hand.
We're Tom Brady at the Patriots. Yeah. 6 rings.
In less amount of time.
Way less amount of time, yeah.
But yeah, I think I reckon it's going to be a great game.
Yep, it's going to be exciting.
It's the top 2 teams from the season again.
Yeah.
I
mean, they're missing a lot of players, which you'd love for it to be full strength versus full strength. We're still pretty much full strength. Yeah. McGowan being out is a small issue. Ryan Grant's bigger than that. Yeah. Redmayne, I mean, Hayward Bell's been phenomenal, so I don't worry there.
But again, Redmayne being key for the season.
To be honest, I don't agree with that. Yeah. I thought Jamie Young by far was the goalkeeper of the year for me, but hey, whoever votes for it doesn't really know what they're talking about because their goal of the year was trash as well. Yeah. But I mean, they're missing McLaren. I think Naboo's still out. Craig Noon might be back.
Curtis Good's out.
Metcalf.
Like
so many good players.
But I don't think it's going to be enough to take away from the spectacle of the game.
No, it's still. I mean, I thought they'd lose to MacArthur, but the young boys stepped up. They looked really in control. Tilio and Kolakowski.
Well, Tilio,
XFC boy,
Sydney boy,
weren't happy about losing, but he left. So we'll just have to punish him by taking away a title.
It's going to be a good game. I think Sydney's going to win. They might only win by the 1 goal, but I think they're going to win well. Yeah,
it'll be a. See, I'm on the extra time. Patrick Wood scores in extra time, 113th minute.
This is going to end in 90.
Yeah, I'd like it to because I have to leave for work at 7:15 tomorrow night, so I'd like it to be finished by the time I'm heading to work. But I don't know. This is 2 really tough teams. What was it? 1-1 and 3-2 in the results during the year.
Something like that. I'll bring up the last 5 results.
They're up 4-3 on aggregate from this season. So
so we owe them. We definitely owe them. But we've got the odds here. We'll see City's favourites $2.30.
Yeah, I just don't understand how they can be their favourite.
And Sydney FC is $2.75, so it's not major difference.
I think it started at City were under $2 as well. I mean, you just can't.
Well, you look at the last 5 results: Sydney FC 2-1, Melbourne City 2-0, Sydney FC 1-0, Melbourne City 3-2.
That was the first.
And then 1-1.
Yeah, so they're close. It's to and fro in, but
you've got to go back to March, to the 6th occasion before this, for the last time that the away side won this fixture. So
they're missing too much.
In looking at it that way, you could almost say that it's due to be the away team winning this fixture.
Yeah, it's that old roulette rule, right? If it ends on black, when you're on the pokies and you slap black 5 times in a row and it comes up red, That 6 times got to come up black. So
it's
6 times the charm for Sydney FC. Let's go.
6 times the charm for the 6th.
What in this result? Yeah, for the 6th title. Yeah, that's it. It's the numbers. The numbers make sense. Like,
but the big thing is, will Milos play?
Yeah, it's a tough one. I think he's declared himself fit to play.
Yeah.
I think he wants to play. If you've got Milos Ninkovic at 60%, you play him. Like,
even if you bring him off the bench for the end of the game, because it's going to be one of those tight games that
you might need that spark, you know.
And him coming off against tight defenders, admittedly, he may not be 100%,
but still quality.
Him at even they said 60 to 70% is still better than some players at 100%.
I'd put it as he's still better than anyone in their team at the moment. Like that will play at 70% because there's no McLaren, no Metcalf, no
it'll be a great game. I'm really looking forward to it. As I said to you before, I think let's go. Winner, margin, and Joe Master medal for man of the match. I think Sydney FC win 3-2. I think it's going to be done in the 90. And as I said, I think win well, and I think it's going to be 3-1 heading into injury time, and City will score on injury time, maybe last kick of the game, make it look a lot tighter. And after he was so unlucky to miss out last year, I think Luke Bratton, man of the match this year.
It's been good this year. He's been very solid. I'm going to go Sydney FC will win 1-0 in extra time, 113th minute to be exact, as I predicted on the CNR show. Yeah. Patrick Wood off the bench will score the goal. He's looked good the last couple of weeks off the bench. He's deserved a goal. He got 2 in one game, but he deserved a goal last week. He'll be the hero. I think the Marsden Award winner, in a tight game like that, I want to say Hayward Bell. I think that would be awesome.
Hayward Bell?
Yeah. Hayward Bell just coming into a final as a second choice goalkeeper who was injured. We've seen him at NPL level. He's been pretty good at NPL. Yeah. We saw him against Southo. To come up into a grand final, I think he's going to have a great game. He looks solid. Even the one-day goal last week, he got a hand to. Yeah. Unsighted, still got a hand to, so I think he's a good goalkeeper.
Which technically by the letter, yes, it was given, but you could also say technically by the letter of the law, that goal should have been ruled offside. It could have been offside, yeah. Like, I understand I can't remember who it was that was in front.
Stephen Mork.
Like, yes, he didn't touch the ball, but by him ducking out of the way, it's then caused Hayward Bell to make a decision.
Crap, the ball's there. But he got a hand to it, so credit to him. And I think I'd love to see it. It'd be awesome if he got the Joe Marsden Award. Yeah. Bratton's a good shout. Lafondra or Bobo up there. Depends how they play. My thing with Patrick Wood getting the goal is if it goes to extra time, those 2 players aren't going to make extra time. Yeah. One of them will be coming off. Probably Lafondra. Well, it could be Bobo as well. But so Patrick Wood's going to come onto that game, and I think tired City defenders are a bit older. He's going to run rampant. He'll get in behind Ninkovic off the bench too.
You know what? You know who I think could be a dark horse? He's come to another. He's renewed his levels this season since Bobo and Lafondra came back in, and that's Costa. Seriously, I can't remember who I was talking to the other night, but ever since Bobo and Lafondra came back, nothing against Costa. He's not a striker.
No, he's a winger.
Or where he has been playing a bit and doing well, he's playing in that false 9 in behind the 2 strikers, and that's when he's starting to look good again. He's starting to look like Costa. Yeah, he's starting to be threatening again. That we signed.
It would be good to see him have a good game. I mean, he hates Melbourne City from his roots with the scum, but it's going to be interesting.
Roots with the wooden spooners, we should say.
Roots with the wooden spooners, exactly.
The ones that came last. The reason there should be promotion relegation, so we can just get rid of them.
Should have come in this year. Don't care who comes up, I just know who goes down.
Yeah. But I think it's going to be a great game.
I mean, we are very biased. Obviously, we're both wearing Sydney FC Cope shirts. But
and like you can see my scars on my wall.
Yeah, logically, you look at this with 57 goals City scored this year. 25 of them were from McLaren. Metcalf got something like 11 assists. Naboo, when he came back, that's when City started to look like City. They were not good before that. Yeah, he's possibly out again. I'm not sure how close he is.
Is that too big an out to overcome?
Yeah, I mean, it's okay against MacArthur. Good team, first season, gelling. You know, it's a weird one, but you're coming up against Sydney FC, who's been there before. Very much the same squad.
Done that.
Yeah, everyone in that squad has played in the grand final, except for Hayward Bell.
Yeah. Well, and you look at it, you got Corica as the gaff. For as long as he's been at the club, whenever he's never left the club, so he's been there from the get-go. Yep, he knows what it takes to win the leagues. He knows what it takes.
He knows what it takes to be a Sydney FC player, what they expect, what we as fans expect. He's a club legend. I mean, a lot of Cove guys have not been happy with him at times this year, just purely based on...
Well, where were two of them?
What?
That even called for Corica out.
Yeah, well, derby results were bad for us in the Sydney derby, so...
What?
It wasn't great that we're going to win another title and we haven't won the majority of the derbies, but, you know, he's obviously changed it around a bit. Massive help was LaFondra coming back.
100%.
With him in that side, it's just a totally different side, but... You know, he's turned it around. That move from Barbarouses from the forwards into behind the strikers was a master shot.
It's opened Barb Costa up, and
I think
it's given him that freedom.
And the blooding of youth for this reason, like it's almost like he knew that we were going to lose some key players because Van der Sarg's played a lot of right back. Carlo Reche's a right back. Ben Warland's had his time through that midfield.
Well, I think it was around end of February, March where they realised, oh, hang on, the Socceroos are going to be playing.
We're going to lose players for this.
We're going to lose. And the benefit of playing those youngsters is, since they've been playing, we haven't really seemed to lose anything.
We look good.
We seem to have gained.
Yeah, and we've seen Van der Sarg in NPL level. He looks good there. Yeah. He looks good when he's on the field. He probably should have scored a goal against Adelaide with Patrick's Wood cut back, but slightest touch from the Adelaide defender sort of put him off. But he's done it right. The only position I was worried about was Pavlicic or Hayward Bell coming into the goalkeeping, but you know Hayward Bell's quality, and he's made the right choice there. Redmayne's good, but next year I think we got a battle on our hands for that number one.
Oh, definitely.
Redmayne, Hayward Bell. He's proved that he's worth something.
But yet again, that also stems from when Arnie was at the club and he wanted two players to every position.
Yeah, and won a competition, so wouldn't be bad to have two first choice goalkeepers.
No, definitely.
Especially a young one in Hayward Bell. And
you look at some of the clubs in the A-League, they'd love to have one.
Yeah, I mean the Victory have two, but they're both second choices.
Yeah.
None of them, Matty Acton's not good enough to be a one, and can't say it about the Wanderers, but because Margush is a pretty good goalkeeper. Yeah. So give them credit that he's probably the shining light of that team right now. Well,
he's taken over from someone that should have had a career number two that left. Left Sydney FC and went there.
Yeah, chasing much like Ziggy Gordon, chasing success there. And
I think so.
I think we've had some success in the last couple of years.
Ever since he left, we made the one grand final with him and we lost 3-0.
Yep.
And then ever since then, we've not lost a grand final.
And he has not made a final series. So it worked out well for us.
But yeah, so I think we can both agree Sydney FC to win.
Yeah, and I'm not as nervous. I'm nervous at the same time, but I'm pretty confident we'll get this win.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm not nervous either because I think all the pressure's on City. They've pushed and pushed and pushed to get this game in Melbourne. Like they've pushed so hard all season to get there. You could see with the celebrations last week in the semi-final when they beat MacArthur how much it meant to them.
Yep, to get to the grand final again. In
my mind, seeing that potentially, I thought they've played their grand final.
Yeah. Whereas Sydney FC against Adelaide kind of just went through the motions.
Like you can see that at the end, they conceded, but then they got to the end and they're like, "All right, we know what we're doing," and they just
eyes forward. Next week, there's another game. I mean, that's what you get. I mean, they've been there before City, but they haven't won it.
Yeah.
So they say you got to lose one to win one, but
yet again, losing in extra time last year, if it stays tight towards the end, do the
ghosts
and the demons come in, and that can throw them off their game.
And Glover was the reason they made that mistake last year. He dropped the ball, and that was a horrible mistake from him. He's no better goalkeeper than he was last year. I think Hewitt Bells will be better than him, so it's going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, it'll be very exciting.
5 o'clock Sunday,
bring it on.
50% capacity.
Yeah.
Should have been in Canberra. If it was in Canberra, I would have gone.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not. I wouldn't have been allowed now.
Yeah,
since
definitely.
we're about to go into a lockdown.
Definitely.
But, would have made my best effort to get out there.
Yeah.
Canberra Stadium for a Sydney FC final.
That would have been insane.
I mean, if MacArthur could have done their job and beaten them, we would have had it at home anyway.
Yeah.
But, can't expect those from the southeast to do the job that everyone expects them to.
If you've got to do it, if you've got a job to be done, you've got to do it yourself. So.
And I mean, if it's a job, Southwest Sydney's not doing it.
Oh, exactly.
So.
But so again, we're both tipping Sydney FC.
You in regular time, me in extra time.
Yeah. Either way, we know it's going to be one of the great games.
3 in a row.
And even better is after this game, bye Fox Sports.
Yes, you'll be watching Sydney FC in a grand final next year on Paramount Plus or Channel 10.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'm 100% signed up to Paramount Plus.
Oh, absolutely. Not. I mean, they've now got FFA Cup games, Socceroos games, Matildas games.
Junior Socceroos, Olyroos.
Yeah, Olyroos. That's it. They're going to play
going to have
teams that we don't usually see. Yeah, so good investment from them.
Oh, 100%.
They believe in the future of the league, and they're now talking about putting money for a second division. That's what you need, money.
Honestly, I think with this investment coming in, this is really going to grow the game.
Yeah. they actually care about the sport. It's going to be on free to air, so you're going to grow the audience to free to air audiences.
And I honestly think before the end of this deal, I guarantee it's going to get extended.
Oh yeah,
I'll guarantee that right now.
Well, they've got the optional 3 years after.
Yeah,
they've got it for 5, right? And they have a
Something
3-year
like
extension on top. So
after next season, there'll be more than one game on free to air.
oh yeah, they're gonna.
They will up there. They will
a Saturday
up there.
game and probably a Friday game. It's a good time to put it on. So it's the future is bright, man.
Yeah.
3 titles in a row for Sydney FC, chasing a 4th, going to a whole new different platform for the games. Luchi Zelic hosting the pre-game show on a Saturday night with Simon Hill.
I think people in this country are finally starting to wake up.
Yeah, to realise that
And
this
I
is
think
the real
people
game.
are sick and tired of what we're going to touch on after this.
Yep.
The rugby league, AFL, rugby union, everything being pushed down their throats.
Rugby what? Rugby union? I haven't heard about that for ages.
Oh, yeah, the game the New Zealanders always win.
Yeah. It's a New Zealand game.
Yeah. But, like, speaking of that, like, we'll touch on that, like, so obviously this weekend, A-League Grand Final.
Yep.
And where's the rugby league to be seen to take away from everything because they're going to pull so many crowd numbers? Where is it?
Brisbane.
Was it in Brisbane? Because where are all the other games?
Yeah, exactly. That's yeah. I'm glad you touched on that because
I have anyone that's seen my videos and all that in the past knows that I've fallen out of love with rugby league.
Yep.
And like
I did many years ago now.
Like in the last couple of weeks, I've actually started wanting to watch the games, and then here we go, bang. The other night on Thursday night, I was actually keen to come home and put on a game of rugby league. Not a game one.
Nope. You would have been able to watch Geelong and Brisbane, but in the AFL.
Yeah. See Geelong lose.
Not a great game, but at least you got something to watch.
Yeah.
But the NRL has just completely said, fuck you to the fans. We're not going to play any rugby league games because we're going to put this one game on a Sunday night that usually is on a Wednesday night, which is a great place for it. We're going to put it on a Sunday standalone weekend, sacrifice all our TV revenue, and really stick it up to fans who don't give a crap about Origin.
See, and that's me. I haven't watched Origin for years.
Yeah, they're between David. It's amazing to say that David Gallup was the last decent CEO of the NRL.
Who thought they'd be saying that?
Yeah, I know. It's like he was average at the FFA, but he's probably the last one who actually cared about the fans in the NRL. And think of the shit that he had to deal with Bulldog scandals, off-field like alcohol and drug incidents, and now you look at what
Melbourne
Peter
Storm not being able to wear any hats.
Yeah, Peter V'landys is just now gone. I mean, he was the guy who got it back.
Everyone's saying how good he is and how good the rule changes are, like with the concussion, 100%. That's good.
I'm on board for that.
But my big issue is if you change Rule A and then you're going to change Rule B, changing Rule B will affect the change that Rule A made.
Yeah.
Which is what's happened.
But this whole Origin thing was the thing that they put up every year. It's more bigger than the grand final because every game sells out no matter where it is. Why would you fuck? I know last year you had to mess with it because you had to squeeze the season in and put it at the end, which was good. It didn't take away from many games during the season, and you still got it. But this year we're back to normal. Why is it being played on a Sunday? Yeah. It could have been on Wednesday night or this Wednesday coming, and you would have got a sellout crowd in Brisbane without a doubt. I have no guarantee, no disappointment with saying it would have sold out. But no, you put it on a Sunday for no obvious reason, and you cut a whole round of games out because of it. So you're basically saying to all the fans who spent their whole weekend going down the pub, going to the TAB, getting the boys over, having a drink. Yeah, you only get one game this week.
Yeah, it's the only reason it would work is if I'd actually say it'd work better on the Queen's birthday long weekend because you got the Monday.
Yeah,
it's a public holiday.
Yep.
Play it that way.
Yeah.
That way, you can actually make an event out of it. If you're going to do it have a standalone weekend, that's the weekend to do it.
Yeah, Thursday, Saturday, Monday. It's a bit rough. But if you do it that way, you could play your regular season games, finish on the Sunday night, and then Monday is for the Origin. So the players that are playing Origin aren't going to play those games anyway. Yeah. So what's the point of taking the whole round out?
No, I mean, if you're going to have the standalone, you have it on that weekend, no games, but that Queen's birthday Sunday night into the Queen's birthday on the Monday, that Sunday night is a game. So that way you have the public holiday on the Monday
to recover and stuff like that.
So,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I just think he's just completely messing with something that doesn't need to change. Plenty of other things about the game that you could change. That's not one of them. Maybe make the Roosters have a salary cap. That would be another one I'd change.
Move the West Tigers.
Fold the West Tigers. But I don't understand how they can sacrifice a whole weekend of games to the AFL. Basically, they're conceding this weekend to the AFL.
Yeah. Well, they basically concede every year to the AFL.
Yeah, I mean, AFL is a nation's game.
Well, honestly,
it's a two-state game.
Like, that's the thing. Like, since I've fell out of love with rugby league, man, my love for AFL has gone sky high.
It's just more exhilarating because when you're at games, you don't know when the game's going to finish. There's no countdown clock. The time on goes for 35, 36 minutes. You don't know when that siren's going to go.
That's the thing. Like,
TV's a bit different, but...
Yeah. But, like, is that maybe some way that... a way that you can potentially look at rugby league and making it more exciting and having the clock so it doesn't
stop at the ground when they stop the clock. Yeah,
like,
you could work it like that.
Because then it makes it more exciting because then...
The problem is you're only going to get like 30 seconds because the clock in rugby league really only stops when the referee blows it to stop, or it's within the last like 5 minutes of the half and it stops.
But it doesn't matter. But yet again, you might have a player go down for an injury. That time keeps going. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you could. So it could make, depends on injuries and stuff. It could make a difference. But I just think with AFL, like I remember being at a Swans Geelong game at ANZ Stadium or whatever it's called now, and we were up by 4 points, and it was like 35 minutes into the quarter, and I was with all the Geelong fans, and every kick, as the Swans were coming closer, and we'd mark it and we'd clear it out, or you'd scramble it into touch. Then finally the siren went, and it's just that release of emotion of, oh my God, we've done it, yes! And everyone goes up as one.
The one thing I love watching it after the AFL Grand Final every year. You just see some of the footage the fans put up on YouTube or on social media of when the siren goes.
Yeah, that emotion that you feel.
That is pure emotion.
Yep.
That is pure ecstasy and joy, like excitement, like that is.
Yep. It's reality TV in its finest form.
And even if it's not, obviously it's never been my team doing it on AFL Grand Final Day. But
they got that draw once.
I hate talking about the draw.
Oh, good old Heath Shaw, huh? Heath Shaw, what a guy.
I hate talking about that draw. But just watching that footage, like the arms, the hairs on my arm stand up. I get goosebumps because it's just like, oh my God, that emotion. I want that.
And when it's that close, it's the best feeling when your team's on the winning and siren finally goes. It's just, it's the greatest. And the best thing they do is they go into the rooms after the game and you get to see them sing the team song. Every time Geelong win, and it's frequently, I'm there singing the song with my boy when I'm up in Armidale, singing the song.
Well, see, that's something Fox League brought in last year. Fox League and Channel 9.
But they disappeared now.
I know, but like that's the thing. Like you see your team singing the song. Like I know last night I was sitting there watching St Kilda, my team St Kilda beat Richmond. Yes. And when they showed them singing the song, admittedly it's a bit stupid because they've just played the game tackling each other. They got up put the mask on.
It's a bit annoying, but
bit redundant, but whatever. Yep. But as they sing the song, I sing the song with them because I'm just like, yes, like it's my team.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's that song that's been a part of your club for decades, like for the likes of Geelong and things like that. But like, I mean, NRL teams, they just don't have that. Like you got the Sharks, the Dragons have that sort of song. The Raiders have that terrible song. But it's not a team song that, you know, they play it when an AFL team wins. It's immediately played after the game, and you get into the tunnel, you get in a circle, and you all sing it together. Rugby league just doesn't have that. Like, not enough clubs have that. They just have some generic team song that they sing. That's, you know, 3 clubs in the league could sing the exact same song. They just change the words now. So, you know, it's just different. AFL's just on a different level to rugby league, and it has been for 100 years. So, and I think it's changing because the AFL's been doing the right thing for God knows how many years ahead of the NRL, and the NRL's only
there's
not
so
catching
many
up,
things
but figuring it out.
The NRL, I think, should take from the AFL. Grand Final week, for example, the Dally M medal. It shouldn't be, you're suspended for 1 week, you lose the points. No, you're suspended for 1 week, you're gone, you can't win the Dally M.
Yep. You don't lose points, you're immediately out of the best
it's
player.
It's the best and fairest.
Exactly. Patrick Dangerfield missed out 1 year.
If you've been suspended, you're not that fair because you've done something to get suspended.
You've been suspended, yep.
And then I also think it should be, so you had Jack Whiten won it last year, yes?
Yep.
So whoever wins it this year, Jack Whiten presents it to them.
Exactly, 100%.
As in the Passover.
The old Brownlow medalist gives the new one to the new champion.
And when it comes to Grand Final Day, the Clive Churchill medal should be presented by a former winner of the Clive Churchill medal. Yeah. Because they know what it takes to be the man of the match in the Grand Final. They know what you've done.
And it should be an event. Like the AFL, it's an event Grand Final Day. It's it starts at like 10 in the morning. The game probably earlier. The game kicks off at something like 3 in the afternoon. And the whole day is an event. Like AFL Grand Final Day just feels more important than an NRL Grand Final Day. Yeah, you've got the games beforehand, but it just doesn't feel like. Well, for me, the last few years just haven't felt like a Grand Final Day.
Yeah.
Like.
Whether you have a bit of a concert outside the ground as well to get people hyped up.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things I want to see is when the winning captain gets presented the Proven Summons Trophy on NRL Grand Final Day, it should be presented by a club legend.
Yeah.
Could you imagine how much more, instead of just having him on stage when Sharks won it, imagine if it was Andrew Eddinghausen presenting it to Paul Gallen.
Yep.
How, for me, that would have been like, oh my God.
Yeah. It would have meant something. Like
it would have meant, it meant so much as it was, but that would have added even more onto it.
As opposed to the CEO or chairman or whatever they call Peter V'landys, who most people don't like, giving him a trophy to the booze until he gets to hold it and then the cheers. Like, give it to a club legend.
Yeah.
Never going to get booze then.
No.
Never.
And what I love is you have the young kids presenting the rings, but what I think you should do is, again, something where the AFL is leaps and bounds ahead with their Auskick program and how they have the Auskickers there on Grand Final Day. They wear the jerseys of the team that wins the Grand Final and they present them wearing those jerseys. So that way, you know what I mean?
And they get a hat, like the players put the hat on them and shake their hands. And
instead of, whereas rugby league go, here's a football. Cool.
Yeah, thanks.
They already play football. Don't you think they have
1,000 footballs? Yeah, exactly.
Whereas if you give them a hat, they can be like, oh, I got this hat from this player.
It's something you keep forever. And it's like, Cameron Smith gave this to me on one of the grand finals they illegally won.
Yeah.
And I'll remember it forever. Especially that type of grand final.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah, I won't be watching Origin tomorrow. I mean, I'll be at work, but even if I wasn't, I'd still not be watching. I didn't watch the first one.
I'll have Amazon on, watching Law and Order.
Well, I only knew the score of the last Origin game because a friend of ours, Ash, was texting me things about it. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's Wednesday night. What are you going on about?
State of Origin. I'm from Australia.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I don't really care. But hey,
it's
good to see New South Wales win. But I'll just say that. I mean, it don't care like I used to. But it's just nice to be winning. Although we lost like 13 in a row, so or at least 10.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's kind of gone.
That was around the time, middle of that is when I stopped caring. I just couldn't be bothered anymore because players were being taken out of their club sides, getting injured, and it's just, what's the point? There's no
compensation to the club side. It's like now in international football, when your player gets injured on international duty, the FA of that country has to pay compensation to the club. That's fair. Because you're using one of their full-time employees and he gets injured so he can't do his job, you need to pay compensation. So, or
potentially, I don't think it'll happen, or do you get to where the reason is for the city country not being there anymore, which is the clubs go, oh, sorry, my player's injured.
Yeah, we don't want him to play. Yeah, he's got a bit of a niggle, yep. And I like the city country more than I like the Origin.
100%.
It was just more fun, and it got to take football to a country area. It's like they just don't care about country areas anymore, and Origin I just can't get into anymore.
Yeah.
Should we get on to the Euros? Speaking of international football?
Yes, we'll get started, but my camera's about to stop recording, so we'll fix that up and then we'll get stuck into the Euros. So I got the camera back up and going again. Yeah, so what have you made of the Euros so far?
I've enjoyed it, a lot.
Mate, it's been awesome.
Yeah, seeing...
Except for that one moment, I was watching it, that was...
Yeah, I was at work and got off the train to Twitter and everyone was talking about Ericsson. And
I'm so happy that Ericsson's out now.
Alive, surgery, out of hospital.
No, it's the last thing you want to talk about, but it's got to be said, honestly, I don't play again.
Yeah, I can't imagine his wife would be pushing him to play again. He's had a great career, he's made a lot of money, he's got a lot of accolades, didn't win for Tottenham, but no one wins for Tottenham, so you can't really blame him. Good to see Denmark doing what they're doing with him out, stepping up.
See, that game, that was so hard for me. Because obviously my prediction's wrong now with Finland not being out. But this was our first ever major tournament. We won that game.
Yeah.
I think I spoke to you about it. I spoke to a few people and I was just like, for me, I I wanted to celebrate because Finland won.
Yep.
But I felt so bad at the fact that I'd be celebrating Finland winning, and what had happened to Christian Eriksen. That was.
I think your words to me were, I don't know if I'm allowed to feel this way, but I'm kind of happy Finland won.
Yeah.
And it's like you can feel that way. That was your prediction. They won the game, fair square to them. Both clubs wanted to go out. I know Peter Schmeichel said a lot of things how Denmark didn't want to come back out, but from what has come out, they wanted to go back out there and play. Christian would have wanted them to go out and play, and they did. And they could have won the game. Finland got lucky and got a good goal and got the win, but Denmark, since that game, have turned it around and have qualified for the next stage and look really, really good. They look like a real decent threat. So, whether they're playing for him or not, I hope they would be. But
you'd think so.
He's going to. I'm sure if they can figure it out, he will get to their next game in the knockout stages. It would be good to see.
And we had our predictions on who would not get a point.
And got a point, didn't they?
There were two teams. One we predicted, which was Macedonia.
Did they not? Oh no, they didn't get a point.
They didn't get a point.
They looked good, but they didn't get points. Yeah.
And Turkey didn't get a point.
Yeah. Didn't you pick them to get out of Group A?
I might have.
Did I pick Wales? I think I picked Wales.
Yeah.
It's just weird how that works. But Turkey, just absolute disappointment. Like on a national level, I'm pretty sure their fans and a lot of pundits in that country were talking about how disgraceful their performance was. So that coach will get sucked in the morning.
The one that I think we're both happy we got this wrong for the sake of the people from the country, Hungary.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we predicted them not to get a point.
Yeah, I thought they were going to get whooped by all three teams, but dragging a point out of France and Germany is not a bad effort.
They almost beat France.
They almost knocked Germany out. They were up 2-1 with not long to go, and they almost knocked them out. Full credit to Hungary. I mean, my mate Chris, he's Hungarian. Full credit to his team. Yeah. He didn't expect much from him either, but man, they showed up against Germany. What were they? 6 minutes away from knocking Germany out of the tournament and going through themselves. So would have been, and they would have been playing England in the next round, and I would have been more scared about that game. Yeah, because that's how England rolls. But huge credit to them. Yeah, definitely held their own. Yeah, you can ignore what the fans were chanting and the crap that they're going through, but the national team stood up on the big stage and played really well. So massive credit to them.
Yeah, and then we've got obviously from when we're recording this overnight, we've got the knockout stages starting.
Yeah, first game Monday morning. No. Sunday. Yeah, tomorrow morning, 5 a.m. Italy, Austria.
No, 2 a.m. Wales, Denmark.
Oh, mine is not in order. Great.
See, mine's in order.
Good stuff. Yeah. Yeah, Wales, Denmark. I'll be watching that game while I'm sitting on a train doing nothing at work. Stay with the platform. Yeah.
So,
Wales.
So, Wales?
Yeah. I like Wales. I think they've been really good. They look really good. Their goalkeeper's solid. Yeah. Denmark has been good, but there's a lot of pressure now that they've got to deal with without their best player. He might be there. I'm not really sure. I haven't seen anything, but I know he wanted to be, but I think Wales. Yeah.
I think the next one, Italy, Austria. I think we can both agree on that one.
Italy, yeah. They're probably favourites right
now.
I
think they're going to take it out.
They look really good. They look really good.
Netherlands and the Czech Republic.
This one's tough, man. I actually tipped Czech Republic. I think Czech Republic.
I've got the odds here. Netherlands $1.66. Czech Republic 5. Draw 3.90.
I can see the Czech Republic getting an upset here.
Yeah.
I think they have enough about them to cause a lot of trouble for the Netherlands. And Netherlands haven't been great.
Netherlands went through top of the group.
Yeah, but they didn't look convincing. They scored some good goals, but they looked frail at the back, and I think the likes of Schick are going to exploit that, who seems to be the star of the tournament.
You got to think Czech Republic only just scraped in, finishing third.
But they looked real good against England. Yeah. We scored that early goal, but didn't really look like doing much after that. I think Czech Republic could cause an upset here.
Yeah. Belgium, Portugal.
Oh, man, this is the toughest one of the round to pick. Belgium are the number one team in the world right now. Portugal have been hit and miss.
They look dodgy.
Yeah, they were really bad against Germany. Looked okay against France.
I've got a feeling Belgium.
For the sake of my Portuguese mates over in Boston, I've got to say Belgium.
Yeah. Then Croatia and Spain. Spain haven't looked convincing at all. They
looked terrible. They did put on a really good performance against, I can't remember who it was, they beat 5-0, but they looked really good doing it. Slovakia, that's right. So they look like they're coming back. Croatia, Perisic looks like he's coming into form. Modric scored a beautiful goal against Scotland. Man, I think Spain will get this one.
Well, They're the favourites. $1.61 for Spain, $6.50 for Croatia.
Oh, 650 odds for Croatia.
Yeah.
Juicy, man. I don't think it's that far off, but I think Spain will get the job done.
Yeah.
Might be worth chucking a tenner on that Croatian score.
France, Switzerland, I think that's a given.
Yeah, Switzerland have been good, but I think France just had too much quality.
We'll save the next game, the second last game of the round of 16 or whatever it is for last, but Sweden, Ukraine.
Sweden. Ukraine have some good players. Zinchenko, Yarmolenko's probably got one of the goals of the tournament, but I think Sweden look good, man.
Yeah.
Is it Forsberg who scored the hat-trick in the last game of the season round? He might have got a double. I think he got a double. Yeah, Christian Forsberg. So, they're looking good. But again, Ukraine aren't terrible. They got out. I didn't expect them to get out. So, but I think Sweden should get the job done.
Yeah.
I think they should go good. And Hampden Park in Scotland too. Not a bad venue.
Not too bad. And then for us, 2 a.m. on Wednesday morning at Wembley, England, Germany.
Yeah. Honestly,
I was reading something last night that the English fans are facing a 1-game ban if they sing the certain song.
Yeah, I don't think they will sing that song, but would be funny if they do.
I think they will.
But this is a fun game, man, because Germany, like I said, I thought they were going to be my disappointment in the tournament, and they whooped fucking Portugal 4-2. So they could do it, but I think England, we haven't scored many goals, but when we score, the other team doesn't look like scoring.
Yeah.
Like, they just shut it down, and if we get the chance, we'll take it. But if we don't, we're happy with a 1-0 lead. I think it's going to be one of those games. I think England will win.
It's a combo of the old Ferguson mentality along with Jose Mourinho's park the bus mentality.
Yeah, get the goal, park the bus.
Well, Ferguson had it perfectly. And you look at how successful Manchester United were under him in cup competitions and just in the league in general.
Just slightly successful.
Yeah. But it doesn't matter if you're winning 5-0 like Spain did.
Or winning 1-0.
Or winning 1-0.
It's 3 points. Yep. And in a knockout game...
If you win, you win.
A knockout game, goal difference doesn't mean shit. So it might build confidence that Germany beat Portugal 4-2, but I'm just as confident with the fact that we beat Croatia 1-0.
If you get that big win, it can lay you into that false sense of security, and you go in being overconfident, and that's when you make those 1 or 2 little errors, and before you know it, you're 1 or 2 down, and then you've got to fight back again.
Which is why it would have been great if Germany could have put 6 past Hungary. Yeah. Instead, they have to steal a draw late. Yeah. But, I think England will win. And it will be great because if we do and Belgium do knock Portugal out, I'll be sticking it up on my Portuguese friends. Shout out Dave from Hull. Because he thinks England are trash. He thinks Paul Scholes isn't as good as Figo. But he's wrong. And I think we will go further than Portugal and we'll knock out Germany.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Listen to that.
Yeah.
Go get the nasal test.
Don't give me that German word.
Oh, they're flying in the air. I'm getting a 1-match ban.
Yep. So your winner, has it changed?
Yes, Italy.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that too.
It's they haven't conceded a goal. They're looking solid.
They look together as a squad. They're whooping teams when they play them. They look just so good. And yeah, I think I picked England to win the tournament. Yeah. I think you picked Finland.
Yeah, I picked Finland.
So yours has obviously changed.
I was only just wrong. They nearly made it through in 3rd place.
Yeah, they had a good tournament, man. And I think they got the best jerseys in the whole competition. That white one with the blue and white cross was beautiful, but
the away one's even better. The navy blue.
Yeah. But I think Italy is definitely. Yeah. I think France has been underwhelming. That draw with Hungary showed me that. Other notables, England have been okay. It's not that we're blowing the world away, but we're getting results that we need. So that's positive for me.
They were very lucky to get away with a point against Scotland.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. We should have whooped them. So frustrating.
Yeah.
Went into that game so confident, and we just could not score a goal. He made terrible decisions when it came to subs. Phil Foden coming off was a joke. I'm glad he's playing Jack Grealish more frequently now. I think it should be Foden, Grealish, and Sterling up front, to be honest. With Kane just up ahead, but he's figuring it out. Harry Maguire's back. He looked really good. Jordan Pickford, surprise, surprise. Amazing to me. He's looked so solid this tournament.
I saw somewhere that they've predicted their team they've given their team of the group stage Pickford and goal.
Well, he's made some great saves. Like, saves that you wouldn't expect. That's Was it the Swedish goalkeeper? No, the Slovakian goalkeeper who smashed his ball into their own net. Tell me he's not a good goalkeeper.
Yeah.
But Newcastle United goalkeeper. But yeah, I think Italy. I'm with you, man.
Yeah.
England, I still have confidence that we can win this, but Italy look good, man. Roberto
Yeah.
Mancini is on a mission. That team is together as a squad. He brought the sub goalkeeper on to give him some match time in the group stages. I think they're the team to beat right now.
Because I was watching that game when he got subbed on, and the commentators were even saying or I read an article where he actually said it was the one thing that hurt him is he got taken to a tournament.
Yep, 1990.
And not everyone got minutes.
Yeah, he was the only one who didn't play a game
Like,
because he was the reserve goalkeeper, or reserve something.
Yeah.
But so he wanted to make sure that everyone got some time on the field, and fair play to him. You're up 3-0, you might as well make that type of sub.
Exactly.
Donnarumma didn't seem to mind. He gets a bit of an early mark, and they look really good. They look really impressive. So that's my challenge pick to win it.
Yeah, it's going to take something special to beat them.
I mean, Belgium look good. Lukaku looks like he's on form, but they got to get through Portugal. That's not going to be easy.
No.
England have got to go through Germany. Spain's got to get through Croatia, which I don't think that's going to be easy.
No.
France don't look great.
No.
It's just...
I saw somewhere where they're saying Mbappe isn't actually that good.
So my friend Buddy Cianti, shout out if you're listening, brother. He's telling me, he goes, watch with an optimistic, open mind. Like, pretend you don't know who he is. He's overrated, and I think he's quick. He's 25% accuracy with passing and 30% with his shots on target. Yeah. He's just quick and he gets into those positions more than other players. I think he's overrated. Yeah. If that's a hot take, I don't care. I think he's overrated as a player. I think speed is the only thing he's got.
Yeah.
Like, I think Neymar is I hate Neymar, but I think he's a better player than Mbappe. Yeah. Mbappe is just speed. Yeah. If France want to win games, Giroud should be playing up front because he actually scores goals. And if he doesn't score, he gets them on target, forced the keeper to make mistakes, which leads other players
to get in there to follow in to put that pressure on the keeper to potentially make that mistake.
Yeah, he's the guy in the 6-yard box that makes the keeper feel uncomfortable. So
he's that poacher.
Yeah, I think I'm glad you brought it up because I think he's overrated. Yeah, I think Mbappe's overrated. Yeah. Please don't cancel me, Twitter.
Hashtag no cancel culture.
Yeah, hashtag no cancel culture. Unless you're racist. Yeah. You should be cancelled.
Oh, 100%.
But Mbappe's overrated. I'm just saying. Yeah.
I definitely think Italy's probably got the easiest game.
Yeah, I don't expect them to struggle.
In this first lot of knockouts. I think Italy's got the...
Oh, England's game's pretty easy.
What for knowing how many people are going to get one match bans for singing that song?
A couple of thousand. But no, I think Italy's got a cruisy around the 16. I don't think their quarter final can be tough potentially on results. Yeah. I think it's looking like they might play. I think the winner of Sweden Ukraine. I think it could be their next game. So it is what it is. Sure.
But as we said, I think. Not saying it's theirs to lose, but do you reckon it's Italy's to lose?
No, I wouldn't say that. I mean, they came in as, I think, fourth favourite.
At this stage, you had to say it's theirs to lose? What?
France.
It's France's to lose?
Yeah. Even maybe England, because they were second favourites in Belgium as well. But I think France being the favourites, I mean, they're world champions, so you expect them to do well, and... Yeah, they've not been impressive, but Italy's next game will be against Belgium or Portugal, so it doesn't get easier.
Yeah, that's when it starts to step up.
And that's why the winner of England Germany plays Ukraine Sweden. That's why I was thinking of that game. So
whoever wins that game, you can almost say will go through.
Be in the semi-final. Yeah. So, England in the semi-final again. Croatia's still in the tournament. So
they're on opposite sides of the draw.
Yeah, we could beat them in the final. That'd be even better. So they'd have to get through Italy, but oh no, I think we might have to get through Italy.
No, Italy's on the top half of the draw.
Oh, you're on the bottom, so we'd be fine.
Yeah, you'd have to play France.
I'm fine with that. Good old English.
No, you wouldn't play France.
We'll figure it out when we get to it.
Yeah, we'll cross that bridge then. But
I don't like that there's this many games in between the next one. Like that's kind of annoying. But
oh well.
Tomorrow morning it all kicks off again, so it's not like we had to wait too long.
But then we've also got. We were going to touch on it in the last video. We didn't get around to it. Ange Postecoglou at Celtic.
Celtic manager, yeah.
Like, it's amazing to see an Aussie gaff in such a high-profile position. Like, I wouldn't go as far as what some people are saying was in a big European club. I wouldn't call,
Historic European
Historic?
club. Yeah.
I wouldn't say big, because then you're putting them on the same level as the Super League clubs.
Yeah, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Manchester United, those clubs. But the historic, a lot of history there. Biggest club in Scotland.
There was a lot of hate for him when he was announced.
Absolutely.
But he gave his first press conference, and everyone's loving him.
Yeah, I think he's completely changed their minds because he's going to play an attacking, free-flowing style football.
It's what he's known for.
Yeah, and he wins where he goes. Brisbane, Victory, Socceroos, Yokohama F Marinos. He just wins.
Yeah.
And all he has to do is beat Rangers, and he'll have a whole season of love. Like, winning the league is incredibly important at Celtic. Yeah. First step is beating Rangers. Yeah. You beat Rangers in that first derby.
After Rangers won the league last year, their first thought will be, we beat Rangers.
Yeah, that's it. Beat them in the derby, and that sets up winning the league. Because Rangers won all the derbies last year. Yeah. And that set them up, going undefeated in the league and dominating the competition. Yeah. All he has to do is beat Rangers. And Rangers, they're good, but that Celtic team has so much more quality than Rangers and shouldn't have been as bad as they were last year. Neil Lennon, I think it was his third stint at Celtic. Yeah. It's time to stop going back to that. Yeah. I hope Ange gets a long career there and moves to the Premier League.
See, I know there's the saying of, it's better the devil you know than the devil you don't know.
Yeah. Well, this is the devil you don't know.
And that's the thing, but with Neil Lennon, it's, okay, the devil you know, but you can only go back to the well so many times.
Exactly. And I think Ange Postecoglou brings something different. Tommy Rogic is still there, so there's
talk of Matt Ryan going there.
Yeah, if he doesn't get that move to Arsenal, which I think would be amazing. Yeah. I mean, he's worked with him both of them at Socceroos.
He's left doesn't want to be at Brighton because he's number 2. If he goes to Arsenal, he's still number 2.
Yeah, but it's his boyhood club. Yeah. He'd love it. I think the Celtic move would be great for him. Yeah. Playing with Ange, so you know he's going to get first team minutes. Yeah. Tommy Rogic, a good friend of him from the Mariners days, is there. You know, there's familiarity. It's a good team. There's good players in that Celtic team.
Isn't Azani still contracted, or did he get sold?
No, I think he's somewhere else in Europe. Yeah. Somewhere near Scandinavia, I'm pretty sure he's moved on. So Germany. But yeah, I don't think he's at Celtic anymore. No. But, you know, I mean, Celtic fans are so unreasonable when he first got announced. Like, why can't we go after a real manager? The guy wins. Doesn't matter where he goes, he wins. Like, now they know that, and they know how he wants to play.
Manchester United went for, sorry to badmouth Scottish football, Manchester United went for Sir Alex Ferguson from Aberdeen. Yeah. Like, okay, they'd won the European Cup, but
it was Aberdeen.
Yeah. Like, there's a big jump from
Aberdeen to Manchester United.
Like it's... Yep.
And back then, Nottingham Forest won the cup around those times. Yeah. So, I mean, it wasn't really that special.
Yeah.
But no, I'm looking forward to seeing Ange. I mean, it's just good to see an Aussie bloke doing something he's going to be. Hopefully he beats FC Midgetland and gets into the Champions League group stages, because that'll be awesome. That's what Celtic really enjoy. That's how they make their money. Hopefully they give him some money to spend. They usually do with their managers, so he'll be able to...
They usually back their managers.
In the first season at least, so he'll get some money to bring in some quality players. Matt Ryan's got to be on that list. It's exciting, man. I'm going to pay... I'm a St Mirren fan in Scotland, so I pay a bit of attention to it anyway.
I don't really have a team in Scotland.
Now you have a reason to watch, but you want to see how Ange goes. So if you could do me a favour, bud Ange, when you play St Mirren, if you have a points gap, maybe just a 1-1 draw would be nice. Just give us something. We want to stay up this year, so... But yeah, I think he's going to be good, and it gives people in Australia another reason to watch different types of football, and it's SPFL now, so...
Yeah. Which is on beIN Sports, so you don't actually have to buy another streaming service to watch it.
Celtic are always on it, so... My tip to win the Scottish Premier League, Celtic. Yeah. Rangers' dominance is over. Yeah. I don't mind Rangers. I like them more than Celtic, but I think with Ange there, you just have to back Ange. Yeah. Come on, Celtic.
It's in his track record.
Yep, winning is winning. That's it. He wins.
Everywhere he's been, he's won.
As long as the players buy into what he's teaching them, they will win, and they'll look good winning. Yeah. They'll not look Scottish winning.
Yeah. They'll look Australian.
Yeah, they'll look Australian winning, exactly. Yeah. So, yeah. All the best, Ange. Yeah, all the best.
Hope you do well and
absolutely
grow the Australian style of game.
Yeah. Help.
Make people see that we're not actually bad.
Create a launching pad for football managers in Australia to go over into Europe. So I think Kevin Muscat's going to get that Yokohama Marinos job.
I saw that.
No Western United for him.
Yeah. So I'm not going to like Yokohama anymore.
No, I'm not a fan of them anyway. I'm more of you are a Red Diamonds fan. So Saitama United on the old FIFA.
Nah. Who's my Japanese J-League team? Gamba
Osaka.
Osaka.
Not a bad team. Historic club.
Yeah.
I think a lot of Australians like Nagoya Grampus now because Michelin Greg's in goal. But
Yeah.
I'm an old school Red Diamonds. Fell in love with them when we played them in the Champions League. They had like 4,500 fans at Sydney Football Stadium, all in perfect unison. I'm like, that's my Japanese team.
Yeah.
Shinji Ono is a legend there. The only club you'll ever be a legend at.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But I think that almost wraps it up.
Yeah, I think so. I think we've done a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Previewed the grand final, talked trash about NRL, covered a bit of the Euros and a little bit of
AFL
props to Ange.
And Ange. Thanks for coming over and coming on again, mate.
All good, man. Nothing to do on a Saturday night. Suther's been called off, so
exactly.
Would have liked to have done this earlier, but you know.
Yeah. Obviously, you've seen Scotty wasn't here again.
Get well soon, brother.
Get well, mate.
A bit sick.
Sam, he's I'm talking to him the other night. He's on the mend, so hopefully, we said it last time. We'll say it again. Hopefully, in the next pod / video, he will be here. Thanks for joining us.
Yep. Rate, review, subscribe.
If you're new to my YouTube channel, like, share, comment. If you've got a question for us, leave it in the comments on YouTube. Leave it in the review.
Yeah. Put something funny in the review. Read it out on the show. It'll be good.
We'll check out for him.
Talk about my grey hair. I don't mind. Kills me inside, but I don't mind.
Well, I've been told I'm starting to get greys. I can't see him.
Not anywhere near what I want.
Exactly.
If any at all.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, thanks for joining us. And we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, see you next time.
Peace.